Disney Channel. No, this is my channel, and this is my first video. So what's it called? You know, support your girl because she's struggling. But all the noise you're hearing is just basically my laptop. And today I will be talking about the 5 things I hate about Wattpad while doing my makeup, because it is awkward to just talk in front of the camera without doing anything. Well, in my case anyway. Oh, the light is coming in. Thank you, Jesus. I thought like it's still a bit weird, but you got this pour. Alright, so let me just go to my notes on my laptop. So before I start the video, let me just prime my face a bit. Okay, so let's get to this video. So I use my Fenty. Why am I doing this? You can see that Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Instant Touch Primer, and basic. Why am I putting on my fingers? I don't put on my fingers usually. God have mercy. Basically, to like cover my face, I just use like one of like it gets a half pumps because I have a huge forehead, as you can see. Then let me just start. Like, so basically, number 1, this is like a bit of like nitpicking, but y'all have like, I don't know, spelling check or something. Like, use that. Please stop. What's it called? Like, torturing your readers with, oh my god, I like the most, basically torturing your readers with like is like spell, like basically someone like me that's very like sensitive to spelling errors. Like, to read a book with so many, some of them are like such good books, and then you're like, why? Because I do have oily skin, but probably normal skin, I don't know anymore. But like during the like summer, I'm always like sweating and stuff, and like, but like during the winter, I'm like very dry. So I probably have like normal skin. But like my mom said I had oily skin, so So today I'm using my Fit Me in 360. Actually. So basically, number 2. For some reason, like Wattpad has become like the hub for romanticizing, if that's the word, abuse and rape and abusive relationships in general. Like, you see some books with like clearly like the partner is abusive, like physically or emotionally, but like the girl will still go back and be like, oh, I love him, oh, he's my life, he's my everything. And some of them is like some of these titles, I'm guilty of reading some of these titles. Like the bad boy, no, not even about bad boys. The bad boy ones are not that bad actually, but like the ones like the gang leader's girlfriend, or like some shit like that, and then you're like, who is actually wanting? Do you actually know what gang leaders do? That you're like, oh my god, you're like. This, then you're wishing for what you don't know about. Like, basically, I'm just like, bro, like, what are you actually doing? Like, why are you doing all this shit? Like, this is a clearly abusive relationship. Like, there was one book I was reading over the summer. Basically, no, actually, it was like while I was in uni, probably last year. Basically, what's it called? They like the dude, like, she was drunk and he had sex with her, so obviously she didn't give consent. And then he basically like came to her house the next day and was like, oh, like she was like, I think she found out she was pregnant, and then he came to like her house, I think a week after or the next day, I don't know how I found out, I can't remember. And like, what's it called, he was like, oh, you're pregnant and the baby is mine. I'm going to take her. She's like, no. And then he basically like drugs her and like kidnaps her. And I'm like, I comment like, oh, is this who she's meant to like fall in love with? He's like clearly abusive. And the author is like, oh, you know, if you don't want to read this, you don't have to read it, blah, blah, blah. I'm just like, bro, I'm like, clearly you have an audience for this thing. I don't know why I have this on my hand anymore. Clearly you have an audience for this, and they're not gonna stop reading it just because I pointed out your bullshit, because all of them are just blindly following you. What is this? Just blindly following you, and like, it's just disgusting that you are, what's it called, glorifying this kind of rubbish. Cliche stories. So this basically goes into the bad boy genre. So basically this goes into like the bad boy genre, and basically like you have all these stories that you clearly know how it's going to end, and the authors are basically just like taking, like, they're not even like trying to be like original. They're just like taking all the like popular tropes, and like they don't even like, you know, make it interesting. Like, you know, like if you're gonna be cliche, at least make it like engaging or something. Like, I'll fix it later. Like, at least try. Like, all of them are just basically like, I know this may sound controversial, all of them are just like basically like copying you know, true Wattpad OGs know this book, The Bad Boys Girl. I'm sorry, but like bad boys in real life are not like that. And I used to be like one of those girls that used to be like, oh, me, I need my Wattpad man. Newsflash, Wattpad men don't exist. We just have a bunch of D-bags. And some of them like have like the most useless titles. Like there was one I saw. The Bad Boy Stole My Bra. What actually is that? Okay, so I kind of like rubbed off a bit of this. Gosh, makeup is so hard. But like the Bad Boys Stole My Bra, and I'm like, really? And there are some really good books out there. Like there's this one, Sunchild. Y'all should go read Sunchild on Wattpad. The author has like such beautiful writing. Like it just blows me away. Like I actually had to like comment and be like, sis, like your writing is so beautiful. Like please continue forever, because like your writing is a gift to this world of shitty books on Wattpad. Like, oh, my possessive boyfriend, or the billionaire or something, like, and I can't like fully like condemn, because I used to read those books, like, you know, when I was a youngling, just discovered Wattpad, you know, you read all the cliche books, but now like I've read all the good books, and like it's just a bunch of BTS fanfiction. Army, don't come for me, but it's just way too much BTS fanfiction. You know what? They're like, you know, half sisters. It's cool. I like them. They're not bad, you know. Okay. So the most unnecessary descriptions. You know, like those books where like the, what's it called, main girl is like clearly attractive, and then she goes like, you know, I have you know, I put some a little bit of mascara on the eyelashes of my sea blue eyes. I'm like, girl, we know your part, like you're attractive, whatever. Like, why are you making all this cringy ass like introduction? Like, I don't get it. Like, why are you telling us that you have sea blue eyes or some shit? Like, come on. Let's not be you know, a bit too conceited. Like, they're not even like being subtle about it. I'm like, oh, what's it called? You know, I have like this perfect figure, and I'm just wearing this baggy stuff because I think I'm ugly. So shut up. Like, that's what I'm gonna say about that one. Like, the most unnecessary descriptions in the entire world. This is very tragic. Huh, 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 huh. Okay. Huh, huh, huh. Bits. Okay, sorry. Oh, yeah. The most infuriating character, that's the last point. Oh my god, Wattpad has the most infuriating, like, characters. But I'm going to go in with this, with my dirty brush. I'm gonna go in with this shade here. And like, just use it as like the base. I don't really want it to like show exceedingly actually. So I don't mind, you know, not much. Oh god, is it even showing? Oh no, see. Oh wow, I got some leftover pink. Good thing I'm using pink today. So, then like, what's it called? Most infuriating characters. Like, it's clear that these girls are clearly abusive to like their usually male counterparts, and I'm like, bro, like, leave that girl. Like, she ain't worth it. Like, she clearly is like, these girls don't know like how to make decisions. Like, they're so freaking, and a lot of the time they're so freaking, what's it called, indecisive. Like, it's actually painful. Oh, I mean, I actually like need to. No, I don't need to do much. I'll just keep putting this brown thing while all the pink rubs off on my eyelids. But like, it's like so infuriating, and it makes me like so angry. Like, okay, make up your mind. Like, this is waiting for you. Like, if it was me, I'd just drop this sis. Like, bye. Like, come on. And like, the female characters are so whiny and annoying. I'm like, not all females are like this. Like, bro, like, why you making us seem like the most annoying shit in the entire world? Like, why actually not like that? Like, you know, you got girls that are straightforward and know what they want, and not just like the most annoying thing to walk on the earth. Okay, then I'm gonna go in with like my setting spray before I do my eyelashes and my highlighter. Okay. Basically, I go in with a highlighter in the shade Cinnamon from Fenty Matchstick and just put it here. I personally like, you don't really put it like to put your nose, like if you wanna just put it subtle and like just I'll blend that out, don't worry. I usually blend out my stuff with my fingers, usually my pinky. So I just go like this and blend it out. And yeah, so like, it's just so freaking annoying. Like, sis, why are you like this? Like, stop doing this rubbish. Like, you're a freaking grown ass woman. Make a choice, make a decision. Like, the world doesn't wait for anybody, okay? Then I usually do like my blush sometimes, and today is sometimes. So usually I don't really use this brush. I usually use it to dust off, but I'm gonna be different today, and I'm going in with my eyeshadow palette again. Yeah, my eyeshadow palette again. I'm going in with this color. I don't know what it is, but it looks interesting, and I've never used it for my blush before, so usually I go around like the bridge of my nose and I just sweep it on like the blush white diamond hand and change your mind. Watch TV Universe, kids. You will not regret it. It is the best thing in the entire world. The writer and the animator, what's it called? Rebecca Sugar, she listens to the fans. Oh, okay. Let's get a little bit in here. Like, you're a grown adult, act like it. Like, even if you're like a teenager, like, stop being a piss take. Like, it's actually annoying. This is very disorganized, but you know what? Who's gonna notice? Ha! Well, basically, I am done with my makeup for today. So please like and subscribe, and wait for the next video when it comes out. Yay! But it's like this. Clear lip gloss from CYO. I got it Boots, and I was looking for like, it was either Boots or Superdrug. This is not a food, yeah, but yeah. That's the end of the video. Bye guys. Again. Do my lips. I also realized I didn't do my eyelashes. The end of the video. Again. Bye guys. Again.